Are you tired of boring NPCs? Do you wish that they had a personality? Well, this mod is going to look to add that to the game. This is the Citizen Personality Traits mod. And morale. It's a pretty cool add-on. Here's how it works. Every time you spawn an NPC in, specifically a citizen, obviously that's the whole point of this, you're going to get a random personality trait associated with them, and whatever that trait is, it's going to determine how they act in battle. Now you're probably wondering, well, how do I even know what trait they have? Well, it's pretty simple. Go ahead and type this in. I went ahead and binded it to my X key just so it's very easy to have access to. And when you press this button, you're going to notice right there the type of personality they have. You can see he has negative, and then there's obviously a morale system too included with this mod that is going to either lower or increase depending on certain factors of the battle that they're in. This, you can see they're clumsy. And then over here we have Joker. Over here we have Coward. Over here we have Stupid. And, well, another Stupid. Now, what do these traits mean? Well, we'll start with Stupid. Stupid, they tend to just run straight into battle. Alright, so I've gone ahead and isolated a Stupid NPC here. I'm gonna go ahead and just let them do what they want. And you can see they're not gonna try to take cover or anything or even move around. They're just gonna sit there, but sometimes, you know what? Sometimes stupidity is really all you need. Now, I'm not too sure about negative because there is a few traits that were thrown in that are newer, and there's not a proper description of them in the actual description of the mod, but I can only assume that negative, well, personality characters tend to lower morale. Alright, now that we've kind of seen one in action, let's go ahead and see what it looks like in a miniature group. This, you can see we have a Coward, and you know what, I just realized, I'm so sorry guys, let me go ahead and fix the screen, there we go. I'm glad I didn't do the whole video in that. But this one is Clumsy. And unfortunately, they couldn't make it. Now, when they see their teammates getting blown to bits, they could become shell-shocked. And you can see right here, this person, they are negative. And it says they're not panicking or shell-shocked, but look, he's running away. He dropped his gun. Sometimes they will do that. They'll completely just drop their weapons and lose all morale, which I think is what's actually going on here. No, his morale's high. Bro, get the hell in there. Alright, so we got one of them going AWOL, but you know what? We have the Stupid one. That, of course, is living up to their name, running straight into battle here. But, again, she might be the one to just win it all. Alright, now, I also wonder if being stupid affects her aim, which I do believe that has something to do with this. There's an entire thing about efficiency in battle that these traits also do affect, and of course, the whole point of this mod is to make fights more interesting and unpredictable, so that they're not as boring and mundane. Alright, we have another conflict here setting up, and you can see we have a veteran. Now, veterans, they're pretty cool because they lose morale the slowest compared to all the other personality traits. And then we have a Coward. Cowards will drop their gun, you know, at the drop of a hat. Veteran again, nice, two veterans. Clumsy, I assume Clumsy also tends to drop their guns. And Stupid. Okay, not the greatest combo. And of course, if you guys did want to know, if you try doing this command on like a combine or something, obviously it's not going to work because it's just for the civilians. Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and let them loose. Let's see how this fight plays out. There's a grenade. Some of them are moving. Now, some of them also might try to go for cover. You can see, oh no. This person, even though they're not shell-shocked, something freaked them out and they dropped their gun. And now they're running in fear. If they do see their teammates die, their morale will drop. Although you can see he's still 100. So I'm not too sure what all that's about, but he died, a Coward, which is unfortunate. You can see this guy. Hold on. He's clumsy, but you know what? He is using cover very intelligently. And, brother, I'm proud of you. He's the last one who has to fight two different Combine soldiers. And I think he just died. No, he's still alive. He is still kicking. I believe in you, man. Just aim true. Alright, so I did want to go ahead and isolate a coward to show you how things might differ depending on what kind of personality trait you give them. So the coward, you can see he's not moving a whole lot. Okay, well now he's moving. Oh, but it's too late. He is too scared. He won't even run away from the grenade. But you can see how he did drop his weapon there. Let's go and try another one. We have stupid. Honestly, I find... Oh my god, what is he aiming at? Look at this. Guys, you could see the way she's aiming. So I don't know if it affects their aiming or not. I assume it might. She's hitting like maybe 1 to 2 shots. And I'm not going to say that was because she's stupid. I think for some reason, NPCs just are dumb by nature. Alright, this is pretty rare. I spawned 3 negative NPCs. So I do wonder how this will affect morale. I'm going to spawn only 2 Combine here. 63 morale, by the way. 64 and 60. Their morale is really not that good. And you can see, I mean, like, they don't even want to fight. Like, this person is just done. But now they're getting in there. They're trying their best, I think. 30 morale. That is insane. This one, 42. Okay. They are using a tree as cover. I like to see that. Alright, let's take a look. 53 morale. It did go up a little bit. So, there you guys can see... That is the problem with having a lot of negative personality traits, is look at this. They couldn't even kill the few amount of Combine that I spawned. In fact, they didn't kill a single Combine. And I'm pretty sure they had them either outnumbered or evenly matched. But that's pretty much it, my friends. I love the idea of adding a more dynamic concept to battles when it comes to citizens versus whatever. And these different personality traits are all really cool. Joker, by the way, they like tell jokes that up morale for the whole group, which hopefully will compensate for the negative ones that we have in this particular group here. But that's pretty much it, my friends. Let me know down below what you think. Are you a fan of these add-ons that change the way that NPCs fight? Or do you just like the good old standard vanilla Half-Life 2 style? All the links, by the way, will be down below. If you do want to leave a like and subscribe, that would really help me out. I'll see you guys in the next video. That is Shell Shock for you. And until then, thanks for watching and farewell.